Now we are starting the actual installation. When you turn on the computer, there's a splash screen which is only there for a few seconds. And on that screen, it will tell you what to do to enter the boot menu. And it's not always the same button to press. It depends on the brand of the computer that you have. For many Dell computers, they have F12. But anyways, that doesn't really matter. Just when you turn it on, be ready to press the button that you need to press to go into the boot menu. You might have to press it a couple of times when you've just turned it on to make sure that you manage to press the button while the splash screen is running. If it doesn't work, just turn off the computer again and turn it on again and press the button that you need to press to enter the boot menu. When you've entered the boot menu, you will get a screen with probably numbers asking you if you want to boot from the CD drive, or if you want to boot from a hard drive, or if you want to boot from a USB stick or a network card or something like that. If you followed the instruction on using a USB stick, then of course you use the USB stick. But if you followed the instructions using a CD, then you'll just choose the CD, and that's it. The computer will start running from the CD or USB and will go directly into the operating system. So I'm going to show you what I mean, but I will be installing the system using a virtual machine. So now I'm just going to turn on the virtual machine, and here you can see the computer is turning on and it's automatically about to boot because I've already chosen my media, and sometimes it can take a while. It depends on the speed of your computer, how long you'll have to wait before you can enter the operating system. Okay, now we are inside the system, but we haven't actually done anything. We haven't installed the system. But here it says install Linux Mint. It's a picture of a CD, and if we press that, now we're actually starting to install the system. Here you can choose a language, but I'm going to stay with English and press continue. This screen here is actually just telling me if my computer meets the recommended specs for installing Linux Mint. If it doesn't, then you're not able to continue. But this one does. It has at least 9.2 gigabits of drive, and it's plugged into a power source. You have to plug it into a power source while installing, and it is connected to the internet. I think that you don't have to be connected to the internet. I'm going to press continue. Here it's asking me if I want to erase the disk, and I want to erase the disk and install Linux Mint. I don't want to have two operating systems on the same computer. Here it's asking you if you want to encrypt all the files. It's a good idea for security purposes, but I'm not going to do that right now. And I'm also not going to use the volume management. So the only thing I'm going to press is install now. Now it's just going through all the changes that it's going to make to my hard drive, and I'll press continue. Here it wants to know where in the world I'm located, and it did figure it out by itself. I am actually located in Reykjavik, Iceland. So I'll press continue, but you can, if it doesn't pick your location, you can just pick it from the map and press continue. And now it wants to know what type of a keyboard I'm using. And you can find your language here. The Icelandic keyboard is almost the same as the US keyboard. Some of the signs are in different places, like the @ sign and I think the ampersand, but otherwise I'm going to use the Icelandic keyboard, but if you want to, you can find the English or whatever keyboard from here. So I'll press continue. Now it wants your name, so I'm just going to type in my name. And the computer name. I'm going to leave this as the computer name. I'm going to change the username, and I want my computer to be password protected. You can change if you want to. If you're setting up a computer for a small child or something like that, you might just want it to log in automatically without being asked to enter the password. But I'm not going to log in automatically. I'm going to require my password to log in. So I'll press continue. So now it starts copying all the files. Here it is showing me pictures of some of the software pre-installed. And we have Firefox, and we have Flash, and we have Java. And this is because we chose the multimedia version. Now we have completed the installation. The next step is just to unplug the USB stick or to press restart and remove the CD drive to let the computer start up with the hard drive and directly therefore into the operating system. And that's how easy it is to install Linux Mint.